I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. Someone definitely needs to get fired after a game like today. And, this season has just been horrible since week one. I can't wait for free agency. I can't wait for the draft. This season as a whole just has been let down. We were looking for progression with the young guys in this draft class. We were looking for these coaches, Pep Hamilton and Lovie Smith, right, to kind of pave the way for this young core that we thought we had and kind of pass them along to the other coach and waiting, whoever that was. And hey, the Houston Texans are in a better situation down the road, but nonetheless, you are here. You are a 1-9-1 football team, maybe the worst squad in the NFL, and a change definitely has to happen. When you look at the change that did occur, right, the changing of quarterbacks, Davis Mills was benched for Kyle Allen, and apparently Kyle Allen did not get majority of the reps during practice. It was split between him and Davis Mills. I'm not understanding that, right? If you said in last week's press conference that you want to put the best product on the field, then why not give the guy who you're going to switch to full 100% reps, right? After the game, Brandon Cooks talked to Aaron Wilson, and I have the quote right here. It said it was evident offensively that the Texans were not competitive with the Dolphins immediately. From the moment we came out, I'm talking from an offensive standpoint, the moment we stepped out there, that's truth, that's facts. There was no faith in this coaching staff from these players whatsoever, right? So you make the switch to Kyle Allen without fully giving him 100% of the reps, and then you just look worse as an offense, as a unit, and you can now put a lot of blame on Pep Hamilton, right? Because the question was, is it Pep? Is it Davis Mills? Does Pep Hamilton not have enough trust in Davis Mills? Or does Davis Mills just not need Pep Hamilton? That answer was solved today. They both suck. Kyle Allen was no different today. He looked absolutely worse in the first half, sailed it right over Damian Pierce's head for interception. And then in the second half, he ends. Let me see what he ended up with, because those were just in garbage time. I'm not really putting much weight into these stats, but 215 yards and 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions on the game. The second interception came where he just heaved it deep, was trying to make a play. Nonetheless, Kyle Allen did not have a very good day whatsoever, even though a lot of fans were hoping for a kind of spark from him, right? That's something that the players were talking about. That's something that I was talking about whatsoever. Also, I was saying that, Davis Mills has played so bad, he hasn't given you anything to feel encouraged going into next year, that you're looking for something from Kyle Allen, and it was absolutely not there today. And switching to the performance by the defense, right? We weren't expecting this lot from this Houston D, but we did expect the Dolphins to attack us from the ground, right? We've been giving up over 131 yards on the ground to damn near everybody. But no, it was the air attack from the Miami Dolphins. Tua Tagovailoa with 299 yards at the half. The wide receiving core of Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill was absolutely special and dangerous. Both made plays all throughout the game for the Dolphins. It was not just small plays either. It was 10 yards, 12 yards. It was a huge bomb to Jalen Waddle after he dropped, the other pass a couple drives before. But there was no type of how can I say, right? They were having everything they wanted at ease. There was no pass rush, from these guys. Jerry Hughes was seen kicking the water cooler over because the Houston Texans weren't set, which led to a Miami Dolphins touchdown. This defense is just bad as a whole, and we saw it, right? Even though they were getting to the quarterback, that was after, the 30-0. That was garbage time for me. And this defense definitely needs to get better. I'm not too worried about them having, about the best offense coached by the best young, bright offensive-minded guy like Mike McDaniels is. I don't have an issue with them having a good day against this young secondary because, one, there is no Derek Stingley. Jalen Petrie, he had a pretty solid couple of games after having a horrible one against the Giants. So expecting to bounce back from this secondary. They didn't get no help from this pass rush. And overall, man, this defense just got torn up. And the offense from the Miami, they let their foot off the gas. It gave us an opportunity to try to come back. Then they shut that down right quick. But we are a 1-9-1 football team. Let me know how you feel. It's getting real hard to talk football, boys. As always, go Texans. Y'all have a blessed day.